Hello, welcome back to the semifinals, everybody. It's Maximum Color here, joined in the booth by Unknown Availability. Say
How
hi.
are you doing? I didn't know if you were going to be like, I didn't know what you were going to do, but either way. So
we're moving forward into a awe-inspiring match between Kawspire and Zimbo7. Zimbo here, let me tell you, this guy, he got over 8,000 coins in his last game that he played. This guy is insane. So we've definitely got some good competition here. Kawspire was doing crazy plays in his previous match as well.
Yeah, so Zimbo is really leading in, and basically, I don't know, I feel like this Zimbo is probably the one to beat right now, considering that they have the records in both the single 3 matches as well as the single match. Getting almost 4,000 coins is ridiculous in one go. That is nuts. So we're gonna try to start them off. Exactly. So we're going to try to start them off at the same time. We're going to count them down, and we're going to try to get them in the same lobby. This is going to be 3 matches that we're going to be doing. So all 3 matches, we're going to total each coin count at the end of each match. So they're looking to win, they're looking to get KOs, and they're looking to get the max amount of coins that they can. So after 3 matches, get the coin totals, and there you go. We will have the winner of this match between Kawspire and Zimbo7. So,
and for any of you newer players out there, sticking along with us throughout the way, we will be pointing out some of the strategic decisions made by the different runners and maybe keying in on a few tips and tricks on how to get better yourself.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And honestly, watching these runners is a fantastic way to learn. One of the things that I've noticed that a lot of the runners are doing, iiPK as well, and these 2 runners that you see, they are hitting the right stick a bunch and just going around in a circle on the right stick and then ending on attackers. And that is the way to get a lot of people targeting you all at once. As you can see on Kawspire's side, he's got like 4 or 5 different people that he's got targeting him, already getting 1 KO. So it's just a fast way to be able to get a bunch of people on you and to get enemies just rolling to just stack up that time so you can start focusing on coins.
Yeah, absolutely. The timer isn't something you necessarily need to worry about a whole lot in general, because you'll find that it kind of naturally caps out after a good while. It's good to have that nice buffer in the beginning to make sure you don't, just lose right at the start. But here we are on 1-3 with Kawspire, the infamous level known for killing many runners, and I believe including one of Kawspire's runs earlier.
Yeah, probably so, or at least one of the mimic levels that exist later on. I know this. I hate this level. I hated it back whenever the game first came out, or rather, whenever I first played this game as a kid. Just the most frustrating jumps because they are awkward. They don't really feel natural. And then you add the fact that people are sending you trash, and if you get hit in Mario 35, it's tough. So, it just stops all momentum. It stops all upward momentum, side momentum, and you just kind of die. You just fall. And if you don't have anything underneath you, you're in a pit. Boom, there you go. All dreams of a number 1 gone. So
Kawspire over here on the left is sending out a massive number of enemies to his, 4 opponents?
That's what it looks like. 4 to 5? Yeah, 4. Actually, no, 5 now. And the thing is, every enemy kill, that's going to multiply it by however many people are targeting him, and then plus, if they are all attacking each other at the same time, it's going to multiply again another 5 times or X times. So you literally have this enemy loop where 1-1 suddenly becomes this enemy spam of garbage, and you're like standing aside 1,000 Goombas alongside other Koopas and, God forbid, Lakitus. So
yeah, and that kind of plays into what I was saying about the time naturally going up. When you have all those Galoombas and Koopas just walking around, all it really takes is like 1 shell combo to get like 100 seconds on the clock.
Yeah, and with each successive shell kill, it's done. And the star runs too that are in 1-1 and 1-2 that you see a lot of, you get a lot of time. The timer naturally fills up extremely fast. But the start off with a bunch of people attacking you to try to get good fast KOs, as well as, I guess, build up a lot of enemies and constantly not have to worry about the timer, because later on in the times that you have 3 or 4 people left, you and 3 others, or you and 2 others, or even down to the 1v1, you start getting worried because you hit red timer and then you have to find ways to make time. You have to find ways to get time. So you're looking for levels like 3-2 and things like that to get a lot of enemies. You're not looking for the 1-4s, the 2-4s. You're not looking for the -4s because there's no enemies in those unless they're sent to you. There's only Bowser. So that's it. And it's like, if you get a string of 4 levels, like we just got 1-4, now we're on 2-4. There you go. You're only getting the enemies that people are sending to you.
Yeah, but I mean, so we can already see that both of our runners are pretty much maxed out on time. It happens real quick. So anyone who doesn't know, the there's little like red targets on those other 34 Marios out there. Those are the ones that you are sending enemies to, or yeah, those are the ones you are sending enemies to. And since they have attackers selected, you can also see those are the people who are attacking you. So
Zimbo,
while they have 5 people that like Kawspire is attacking right now, he also has 5 people attacking him.
yeah, and it's very possible that that those they are kind of interconnected, attacking each other. That somebody pointed that out earlier that I was commentating with. That was I didn't even realize that was a thing that could happen.
Yeah, that was me.
Oh, it was you. I couldn't remember if it was you or who came in with me because I was so focused on the match. But yeah, the fact that it can multiply so fast and the fact that it could be interconnected that way, that actually blew my mind. I ain't even gonna lie. I was actually very impressed that that was something that actually existed in this game. But yeah, the levels, you're kind of, I don't know. So there's one level in particular that I think a lot of runners are looking for later on rather than early. It's okay, that is
Bouncing Bowser.
Zimbo has been, he was in that same position twice where he got down to 1 hit left and just needed something and ended up getting a POW to clear it out. That could have been a lot of coins used. They're about equal on coins right now, but the problem is you see 5 people on the left, you see 14 on the right. That's big. That's big. That means it's very possible that Kawspire's match could end well before Zimbo even gets down below 7 people. The longer a match goes, the more coins that there is going to be. Now, that does not mean that, you know, Kawspire couldn't get just a really nice KO and stack all these coins up as well. Trenton was actually mentioning that last match that you want to get a KO. You want to get one of the orange KOs later on to get the coins in your possession rather than having it go into the chest, because you get to control those. You get to keep those, and it's not being used to stay surviving on their terms. It's on your terms. So it's one of those catch-22s, if you will, that you want a KO in the late rounds rather than an early one.
The good news is Kawspire's opponents are all reasonably good. Part of the reason they lost so many people in the beginning is because they pretty much immediately had 2 boss levels, and then went directly into 4-1 after that. So there were just more difficult levels, so a lot of the lesser players were taken out really fast. Whereas Zimbo's levels have been a little bit more tame.
They have, and honestly, they've been kind of, I don't know, he's kind of had a real tough go of the levels. I don't think I've seen very many decent levels on their end, but at the same time, they're still at only 8 people. So where you've got Kawspire, who's down to only 3, and like you said, the really good ones, it's looking like Zimbo has more good people, which runs the risk of running into that problem of how good are these people. You have 7 other good players on your team, or not team, against you rather. You have a bigger likelihood of somebody just being really good in your lobby. So
on the good news for Kawspire, he actually has a huge coin lead, about twice as many as Zimbo. Although he is down to the final 2, so it's likely not going to last long. He's down to no power-up. My goodness, look at all these sea creatures flying through the air on Zimbo's side.
Right, flying sea creatures. That there's nothing. Oh wow! There you go.
First win.
There you
That
go.
was really fast, but it was pretty high coin count. That's our nice respectable amount of coins, 1,600. It's not it's not like a super large amount, but it's definitely not low by any means. It's good,
Yeah,
solid.
You still have 5 other people left on the over on the right hand side though. Like the longer that this match goes on Zimbo's side, and if they pull out the win, that's going to be really good for Zimbo, and it's going to be really bad for Kawspire, because very likely, and Zimbo, remember, Zimbo's the one that has the single round rather, or match, or whatever, the single game record. Oh no!
Jumped down a pit.
Well, that's definitely not going to get you a win. That's 336 coins for Zimbo. Well, that like I said, the more good gamers you have on your side in your match, the more likely it is that you're going to hit one of those sudden damage boost input moments where you fall in a pit. At any time, it can happen. 1-1, 1-2, does not matter. It can happen.
Yeah, I'm really not sure what exactly the balance is here, because the most important thing is winning. That is by far the most important thing for getting coins in this. But at the same time, you want that balance if you don't want to win too fast because you want to get more coins. That's where a little bit of the RNG comes in. Like Kawspire's run, it wasn't a huge number of coins, but like it was really good for the short amount of time he was in the game, and that's just kind of hard to manipulate.
And you know, I will say that the RNG discussion is always funny with these kind of competitions. Let's face it, you cannot eliminate RNG in multiplayer competitions. It's impossible. You cannot eliminate it because you have other people to factor in, and the human element is a thing. So RNG is going to be a factor. Now, there is a lot you can manipulate with this. How you're getting targets. Like, look at what happens. You can see consistency in the way that Kawspire gets so many people targeting.
Yeah.
It's every game that they have like 5+ people
like 8
targeting
right now?
him.
9? You have 9 people targeting him.
Every game, I'm awestruck at this. So it's just the way it goes. And iiPK, look at how many times iiPK finishes first and over again. There's runners out there that aren't even in this competition who have over 200+ wins. That doesn't happen by mistake. It just doesn't happen by RNG. There are people that are literally playing at a higher level. It's a skill game that has RNG applied, just like a lot of speedruns. So,
a good way to put it. I like to call it manipulating the RNG.
Very, very good. You know what? I like it. Manipulation of RNG.
It's really all you can do. But it's always there. But that's part of the reason we have, 3 matches. Like, it helps kind of average it out. And by the way, Kawspire throwing out, he's gotten 1 KO, but he has thrown out probably over 1,000 enemies in the last couple minutes.
You mean by killing 1 Goomba, he throws out 1,000 enemies?
Yeah, pretty much. More like 1 Koopa shell will send it out.
It's like every time he kills 1, all you see is a bunch of gray enemies just getting sent everywhere.
Great to watch.
It really.
Gosh, I wonder how you can even see what's happening on the screen.
That's my problem. I'm gonna take a second to actually go ahead and make a quick shout out here. Big announcement. Global Speedrun Association. They like to put on events and things like that. Well, GSA is presenting Stack Up to Speed. That is an online speedrunning marathon raising money to aid StackUp.org. They've got a mission to support mental health of U.S. and allied nations veterans through gaming, happening November 26th through the 29th. Submissions are open if you would like to be a part of that. If you fancy yourself a speedrunner, get your stuff put in.
Great call out there. Oh, we just saw Zimbo do something questionable. Made a questionable decision. He just went into 1-2. He had the option to skip over to 1-1. Actually, his decision wasn't questionable because he's in 1-2. That was a great decision. His next level on the lineup is 1-3, but he can just skip it with the next warp.
Yeah. So that is actually perfect. I was about to say, if they went into 1-2, that's actually great. I've noticed that sometimes the runners have been deciding to go. If 1-3 is the last one on the list, and you have 1-1 in the midst, or like other levels in the midst, and you don't have a warp in there, go to the earliest one. Don't even try to put yourself in 1-3 until you have to.
Yeah.
So both runners are at 10 out of 30x. We got 10 out of 35 over there and 10 on 33 on the left. That's actually interesting to note that 2 players on Kawspire's side didn't even get into the game. So they had immediately dropped out, or it started with 2 people not there. So
yeah, Zimbo chose to go into this water level here, 2-2. And I'm assuming his intention is to send out as many water enemies as he can. Water enemies can be very lethal when you aren't in the water. In fact, they're some of the worst enemies to deal with when you're on land.
The flying cheeps in 1-3 is a very legit thing that if you stick somebody in 1-3 with the flying cheep, it can hit you at the worst possible moment.
Oh, the bloopers too. They'll just like sit there and be like a pong paddle trying to keep you from jumping past.
Yeah,
Kawspire sending out 5 Bowsers to everybody. Good show.
Which in turn will be 5 Bowsers coming back at him, possibly to others, which will turn into 5 more Bowsers, and then they'll tell 5 friends, and then they'll tell 5 friends.
It's literally, it's possible to go from 1 to 25 within 2 loops.
Yeah, very quickly.
I've seen it.
Yeah, that's what happens
usually
with
the Lakitus.
Yeah, the Lakitu spam is hilarious because the top of the screen becomes filled, the middle of the screen becomes filled, and then the game's just like, well, the only place that's left is the bottom. So 3 levels of Lakitus.
That's when it just becomes spamming your coin count.
Pretty much. And there's 2 Bowsers, now turning into 10.
Excellent. Good to see. We've got very similar coin pots in the chest down below.
Springy Rubber has the perfect name for it. The Mario 35 referral program.
Up here we saw someone take a death on this level earlier on Kawspire's side, but he didn't have to deal with all the enemy spam at that moment. 2-4 is a little dangerous. For sure. Especially, dude, if you're small Mario here, it's a nightmare.
Because you can't get
even jump over the Bowser. From the 1-1 in Zimbo World, home of the bloopers.
And flying jeeps.
Of course. These are normal enemies that are in every playthrough. Oh, that's rough. Oh no.
Ooh. Oh, getting the fire flower. Okay, I was about to say that is a very
time.
Yeah, that's a very if it would have waited any longer to hit, it would have been a very rough time to try to hit the jump. Both of them are on 6 players. So Zimbo really needs a win here. He needs to win. Kawspire just kind of needs to keep up the wins. And really it's kind of the driving force of, can Zimbo pull out another 4K coin win? That's a huge thing.
Oh. Kawspire just got a KO and got like a 200 coin bonus.
And even with that 200 coin bonus, though, look at where Zimbo is sitting at on his coin count. For 525, that's respectable. Oh,
yeah, they're
just
really
missing.
Close on basically everything. Time, number of players left, coins, everything. This is a close match.
Something to note about Bowser and the Mario 35 just getting another KO. They killed 6 and 5. So now it's down to 4 people, him and 3 others. If they get another KO, that's going to be huge.
Yeah. He's gotten like 300 coins just from KOs in the last minute.
So we are in coin heaven over on Zimbo's side. They just got kill number 4. They just got 6, 5, and 4.
I saw the coins like flying across the top of his screen. I was like, what's going on here?
Yeah, so they just got so many of those final coins. Wow. And if you look, one of the people that is the bottom left that they are being attacked by and that they are attacking is very low on coins. They have less than 40. So the one on the top right, though, does have more than 100. That's all we know. Got number 3. They just killed 6, 5, 4, and 3. Will they get the KO on 2?
Just took out 80% of the populace.
Has 6 KOs and 4 of them in a row.
Wow, this is great. This is what a lot of that is RNG, but still, like he's sending a lot of enemies out. Ka is aggressive.
The RNG aspect of that, I'll say, is mainly because of the human element that I discussed earlier. Because you have to go off of how good the players are. So they died to something you provided, but at the same time, Ka has like 80,000 people attacking him all at once. You know, not that I'm exaggerating numbers or anything, but yeah, when you have that many people attacking you, you're setting yourself up to be just constantly bombarded with enemies sending to other people.
But here's the thing, the one guy who's left has been dealing with all those enemies, so that's some tough competition.
They have.
That's something interesting about this game. The longer it goes, the better the people you're playing against are.
Wouldn't it be an interesting twist if, like, iiPK was sitting and playing at the same time? Like, no, I'm not saying that he is. I'm not like actually saying that's the case. But wouldn't that be an interest? Like, wouldn't that be hilarious?
Like an army of streamers all out sabotage us.
That would actually be very. I would find that more comical than anything else. But
he's got like a twirly mustache.
Right. Oh man. So you have right now you are down to 3 on the right and down to the 1v1 on the left. No red timers quite yet, but they are both in their second matches. The match on the left has been going infinitely longer than, or I say infinitely, but it's been going a sizable amount longer than the one on the right, because Zimbo ended up dying to get into their second match. However, Kawspire finished and started up their match before Zimbo did. So this is going to come down to, if Zimbo wins here, that's going to be a time amount of coins as well, and it's looking like he's going to have a huge amount of coins anyway, just from collection and KOs. So
I believe Ka's about to go into the red. You can kind of tell that clock is speeding up.
For sure, yeah.
And he's about to hit 1,000. There we go, 1,000 coins. I think that's the second time we've seen this tournament someone get 1,000 in one run.
Yeah, they were over 1,000 a moment ago, and they just used their thing, and then they're back over 1,000 again. The call might actually legitimately break the single in this instance. If they break 4,000, it's gonna be nuts. Just golly, the fact that we're even talking about 4,000 coins in one game, that's so stupid. That's ridiculous, man.
I'm over here getting like 200.
There's a reason I didn't even think about trying to enter in anything Mario 35 related. So, yeah. All right, we are on 1v1.
35 reasons I didn't.
Yeah, 34 other reasons, and one of them just so happens to be iiPK, and the other 2 are on the screen. So, we've got another coin heaven going on right now, and good lord, that's going to put him at almost 1,100 coins. That is crazy.
Someone in chat asking about the KOs and the numbers that are all over the screen. What that is so there's 35 players competing. Every time one of the players goes out, their little screen turns into a KO. So you can see the 2 players that are left in the game. You can actually see the other people playing. So it turns into like a KO card, and the numbers are like what order they went out. So if it says 3, they were the 3rd person left in the game. And if it's red or orange, that means that this individual player that we're watching directly caused that death by one of the enemies they sent. I hope that clears things up.
All right, so what you just saw on Zimbo's end was another warp in 4-2. So it is I think one of the more infamous warps, one of the more infamous sections in speedrunning, where you can get another warp, get another 3 options, see what the next 3 are, and we are going to be in the coin heaven of 2-1. They're going to have, I think, 1-1 and 1... It wasn't 1-3, it might have been 2-1 again or something, 2-1 and 1-2. I don't remember. But it was definitely a decent set of levels. So they took the furthest right one and decided to take all of those. So we are about to be over 1,000 coins on Zimbo's end as well. We are at 1166 in the red timer on Kawspire's end. If they get the kill, the KO on their 1v1 opponent here, that is going to be nuts. That's going to give them a huge amount of coins. And it's looking like Zimbo is on the path to go ahead and beat their record as well, because being over 1,000 coins at this point is nuts in a 1v1 situation. And it looks like we've got 4 gamers on this screen. You've got Kawspire and Zimbo, who are both extremely good at the game, going against 2 unnamed opponents. Just mind blown.
I'm really hoping it's like a YouTuber and this is going to be recorded for all time.
Oh, right. Yeah. Just I hope that the craziness is that somebody random out there that a lot of people watch are just like cheering on their streamer, and we've got somebody over here on GSA doing this. So we got 2-3 rather, one of the mimic levels, another cheap throw them all at you level, and you really like a star popping up here. Any amount of damage can really mess you up though. One thing to note about 2-3 and those levels that are similar to it, you want to be careful when you put your coin block on the random there, because if you hit that and oh no, he got the win. He got the win.
Yeah,
okay, I thought
yeah.
I got freaked out because
great on time. He was almost full time.
I thought something happened and he fell or something, and I was like, well, how did he fall into that hole? Because he was right over the hole, and then I don't know. So anyway, how many coins did he just get? 3,228. Good lord, that is ridiculous. Not beating the 1 game record, but that is a huge amount. That even if Zimbo decides, yeah, that is second place. Oh man, that is so crazy.
We'll see what Zimbo's still going. He's doing a little less good on time than Ka was, but I mean his opponent just needs to stay in for a little longer. It's a lot of Hammer Bros going on over there.
Oh wow, getting a cheap boost there. Or it might have been a Hammer Bro boost. I don't know.
The Hammer Bro. Yeah, the Hammer Bro just helping.
So you got Kawspire on their 3rd match going in with 4,852 coins, which is a very sizable amount after 2. Pretty much making up for all the missed coins in the first match, taking so little time, only making the 1,600 there, but like just wow, that boost is nuts. So
Zimbo definitely needs to win at least one of the next 2. Preferably this one.
Yeah, this is the one they need.
No. I saw it before it even happened. So what just happened there is there's some like really wonky momentum in this game. You have to get like a really big running start to get any distance on your jumps, and like an enemy hitting you can just kind of kill that momentum, and you just didn't have that momentum and you couldn't make that jump. Again, we talk about those athletic levels just killing so many runs, and that happened again.
The infamous 1-3, man. 1-3. It is a killer.
It's gonna be tough for him to pull this out. I mean, if anyone could, it would be Zimbo, but
so cool. Yeah, let's just say for sake of argument that was a win for Zimbo. That was going to be well over 3,000. There was no doubt in my mind. So it would have been probably about the amount that Kawspire just got in this one. Essentially, Zimbo has to go off again on coin count and win this last one, and Kawspire needs to lose. That 1,600 win in the first round, the first of 3 that Kawspire got, is actually possibly going to work against him, because Zimbo has been 800 coins and higher on both of his deaths. So just let's put that into perspective here. Zimbo has the ability to just have oodles of coins. So that being said, Kawspire proved that too in that last one. So
I just watched like 20 fish eclipse the screen on Kawspire's side. all in like tandem with each other. It's like a synchronized assassination squad. Oh man, yeah. Someone says Tekken match barring something crazy. Well, something crazy will hopefully happen. I'm all about something crazy. Zimbo is all about something crazy. Yeah, Zimbo got like 1,200 points. Like 1,200 coins without winning. That's high.
That's what I was about to say. Like, literally, if you look at it that way too, they were only about 400 coins off of a win of Kawspires. So even with losing, getting second place, they got 1,200 coins, 1,300 coins. And it looks like they have very similar styles too. If you look at it, it's like at the beginning of each of their matches. And look, oh no, Kawspire's got another fast round. They're down to 7 of 35 already. They haven't even going that long.
Kawspire's also got some 1-3s coming up. He just skipped one of them. He'll have to go into the other one next. Wonder how many people are going to be taken out on those. Whoa, that was a lot of stuff happening on Zimbo's screen.
Yeah, that was a lot of enemies after he sent that shell on its way.
And again, both of our runners are pretty much capped on time already. Happens real quick.
Yeah.
I kind of wish there was an in-game timer to show how long you've been in.
Yeah, that is also true. I do wish that was the case.
It'd be nice to like know just how close you are to the red time and stuff like that. Or just how long you've been playing the game.
Yeah. Oh wow, Kawspire's just going
wow.
straight to the wall, man. Like not even waiting, just absolutely flying through this level. And I cannot blame them, to be frank. Like if you're not wanting to lose, get out of 1-3 as fast as possible without putting yourself in a dangerous situation. Yeah, so for anybody curious, what you can do in levels like 1, 2, and 4, 2, there are warp pipes. There's also another single warp pipe that exists that you can skip levels, and it tells you what the next 3 are in the level queue. So at the beginning, when you choose a level, when you enter into this, you can choose a level out of all the ones that you have unlocked to put into the level queue. When you get to 1-2 and you go to the warp, you literally get the next 3 levels from right to left. So for sake of argument, let's say you have 1-1, 1-2, 1-3, and that's from right to left. If you choose the 1-1, your next 2 levels will be 1-2 and 1-3. So that is where the lore comes from on that.
Yeah, and we can demonstrate that coming up here. I actually think it's a really interesting way that they decided to implement the warps. I was kind of wondering how they'd implement the warps, and I think that was a really cool decision.
I feel it was a great decision, honestly. I was curious about that myself, and I was curious how they worked when I saw it. I was like, oh, cool, you can kind of choose from levels, but how do they decide the levels? And as things have been figured out and developed, for instance, 1-1, 1-2, 1-4, if they pick 1-1, the next 2 levels will be 1-2, 1-4. We do not know the next 2 levels in the queue now for Zimbo because they chose the far left. So they decided to go to 1-4. They want to send a Bowser. So
I believe they're actually skipping a level when they do the warp as well.
So it's actually going to end up skipping an entire... I didn't even realize that either. You know, that kind of does make sense.
Yeah, if you go in the... So that's like the second, third, and fourth option, and if you go in the pipe, like the normal intended pipe, that's, I believe, the next level.
That actually would make some sense. That actually is a interesting thing, so it like fills up individual slots.
Yeah. So Kawspire, that decision I previously said was kind of questionable. Kawspire actually did it this time. He chose to go through 1-3 next. Don't know if it's worth it or not. I mean, it's obviously worth it if he makes it. He survives. But
you know, if they feel comfortable doing it, by all means. They've got coins to be able to survive through it, but like, you know, maybe they're playing the long game of like, maybe we'll survive. Oh God, that scares the Jesus out of me every time. I hate it because it's like they hit the edge, and because they're solid platforms and not semi-solid in this, they like it's literally the slow motion movie replay of somebody falling. It's like Hans Gruber all over again. It's like, oh, all right, we got Lakitus. We are in Lakitu land.
Start getting that feedback loop going.
Yeah. And really, at this point,
3?
there are 5 on their end. So him and 4 others. They are taking the warp pipe though, and deciding to go ahead and get those coins in the warp pipe. So skipping ahead of a few of the Lakitus and not deciding to send too many. But they don't. Oh, never mind. They have 3 people fighting them now. Is that what you were asking?
Oh yeah, that's what I was. Oh, he has 4 now. I'm just wondering how many Lakitus are going to be getting sent back and forth. But yeah, they're in reasonably safe levels here. I mean, there's a lot of basic enemies, but it's not too dangerous at the moment. Honestly, the biggest danger is probably like a shell coming back without you expecting it.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, it's a... So really, what we're looking at, we got 10 out of 35 over on Zimbo's end. If you're going to keep your eyes on Zimbo, if you're going to root for Zimbo here, what you're wanting for Zimbo is to use every bit of coin knowledge they have to start picking up all these coins. Using the coin heavens, things like that. Right now, they are really far off from where they need to be on a coin count. But the longer people stay alive, the better. And you just got to hope that Zimbo games out of their mind and beats the other folks as they stay in longer. The issue is for Zimbo, the longer that their opponents stay in, you literally are talking about people who are really good at the game. So you're running the risk of just good gamers. Oh, that's a lot of lag. Okay.
Perfect amount of Lakitus.
Yeah, and I say a lot, and I meant just the right amount. All right. Not nearly as many KOs as there was in the last round where Kawspire had like 7 KOs. Okay. Getting the right deal there. Getting a Fire Flower, but
Gosh.
We are in the land...
How would be better?
Yeah, we are in the land... a star. I think a star would be the best thing here. You want a star. Pal's good. Star just sends them... Or a Pal...
They're
Yeah,
back.
okay, there you go.
They're already back.
So,
okay, well, Kawspire's enemies are in peril at this point. There's one enemy. He might be wrapping this matchup real soon.
Yep, pretty much. And then we'll have an idea of where this is going to end up, because I have a feeling that even being at 600 coins, I'm just rounding up, that if Kawspire wins this, it's going to be nail in the coffin. So
yeah, Zimbo's already going to have to break our 4,000 record.
Oh yeah, his
record.
Yeah, his own record.
I'm rooting for him. I always root for whoever's behind, man. Closer the match, the better.
And for those of you who don't know, and so I feel like this was a choice by the developers, which I love. So in SMB1, you never run across a Koopa and Bowser at the same time. So you don't know what a Koopa does to Bowser. So I'm wondering if the internal games coding was Koopa equals star that has a death ability. Not invincibility, but a star, it kills anything, and then once it hits Bowser, it dies. So I'm wondering if that was actually something that was hard-coded, and they were just like, you know what, that would be interesting. And they left it. And a single shell will kill a Bowser. It dies with the Bowser, but it kills the Bowser. I think that's just a really cool aspect of this game.
Does it really? The ultimate betrayal. Backstabbing the king. Oh no! Kawspire! Once again, on one of these giant platforming levels, not quite making the jump. That time it was the little elevator thing, the lift, like, it moved out of his reach, man.
I blame Karen. I blame Karen.
Karen. It's probably iiPK's alt account. It's like the 10th one.
I'm really curious who the number one is. Kawspire, if you're listening, go up. I want to see who number 1 was. So now you're rooting for Zimbo. If you're rooting for Zimbo, look, you this is the perfect storm. This is what you wanted. So Zimbo needs to get more coins, needs to get that coin count up. But you have 8 players. That's them and 7 others. Really, you're hoping for the 1-2s. You're hoping for the 1-2s. You're hoping for the maybe what's another good one? 4-2 is good too. You're hoping for a lot of the ones that have the coin heavens and things like that. 1-2 is probably one of the best coin loops you can get because you can constantly go into a warp and go back and get it. There's a lot of coins in 1-2 to be had. So you're really wanting some good coin loops. You're wanting some KOs on Zimbo's end because KOs will also factor in getting everybody's coins, putting them in your control rather than somebody else's. There's only 309 coins in that chest. You don't want the coins to go to that chest.
So here's another thing about like the coin heavens and stuff. Those will wipe all the enemies that are on your screen. And that can sometimes be important. I just rewatched the footage and Kawspire, he pretty much died to his own aggression. He was, he was sending out all those Lakitus to be aggressive. And it was a Lakitu that killed him. It just bopped him mid-jump and he lost all of his momentum. And sometimes when there's like 20 Lakitus, you might just want to pop up into the coin heaven and just kind of delete them instead of sending them back into the mix.
So yeah, the winner of this, and a lot of the reasons why I've mentioned iiPK a few times and why we've mentioned iiPK a few times in this is because that's who these two are playing to go against. So it's going to be iiPK versus either Zimbo or Kawspire coming up after this, which you're going to have myself and Max McCullough on commentary. So we're going to be sticking around with y'all. So definitely hang out with us. And while I have a moment, while we are in this beautiful cloud array of coins, I'm going to let you know once again that GSA is presenting Stack Up the Speed. What that means for you is that StackUp.org is teaming up with us to do an online speedrunning marathon, raising money to aid the StackUp.org in their mission to support the mental health of U.S. and allied nation veterans through gaming. It's going on 26th through the 29th. Game submissions are now open. So if you fancy yourself a speedrunner, get that put in there and help out the veterans of the world, pretty much.
Zimbo just taking out 1-2 with his, this guy's good old Bowser buddy, just bouncing right past him, ignoring him. Again, not sending him back into the loop here. Of course, going for this hidden star. Take notes, kids. There is a star right there. Just like walking with fire. Talking about Bowser in the sea of fire, man.
It's like, it's funny that I'm surprised they didn't go for that. I guess they didn't want to be in the mix of everything to go for that fire flyer. But a lot of these times that you see all these enemies on the screen, it reminds me of the enemy spam levels in Super Mario Maker 2. Yeah. Like you get the 1-1 with a twist, right? You get the 1-1.
I see all these things that I'm just like, dude, I've seen this level before. I played this last Tuesday.
Right. It's like this was in my super expert run. Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh man, hopping a little bit.
Oh my gosh. See, that was actually a hard jump. It didn't look hard, but because of the momentum, that was a little bit tight.
All right, we've got double the flavor, double the fun of Zimbo on your screen. And so you're going to get literally double vision. Kawspire's final score, 5-5, 5-2, for some reason that is amusing to me. So we are looking for, honestly, I mean, we're looking for the 4K. We're looking for the PB, man. We're looking for the record. That's what we're looking for.
Yeah, Zimbo could actually win right now if he gets his 4K PB. He doesn't even really need 4K. He's getting close, though. Yeah, so oddly enough, he's still in the game. Something crazy. People were saying we needed something crazy to happen. It might happen.
Yeah, I mean, it's on its way there. I mean, and the thing is, literally taking their time, just taking simple stroll through the afternoon park, just going, all right, we're fine, guys. It's okay. And just collecting every single coin they can, even though they are using them. They are using them. So I don't know if they're
I'm not sure
using
why
that
he used
for
it
time.
right there.
It might have been fat fingering, to be fair. Like, I think so. X does work, but the left shoulder button I found out works because I grip my controller too hard, and I constantly hit that left shoulder button if I'm like jumping and I'm like yanking the controller, and I realized that and used too many coins the other day, and I was like, oh well, okay then, X isn't the only button that works. Oh no, we've got 1-3.
Yeah. So taking your time strolling, that's a decently safe strategy, but he's in the red. Taking time is not recommended while they're in the red timer.
They're down to 4. They have no KOs.
At this point, everyone's more likely to time out than they are to, anything else. Or fall off a cliff trying to rush to something. That star will definitely help. That bonus speed we don't normally think about. Oh,
So yeah, the faster the faster this timer goes, the harder it is to get back that time. You can still earn time in the red, but the red means that you have reached a point where I almost feel like it's for every single second real time you're using 3 to 5 seconds game time. So it just starts clicking, boom, 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 boom. And it gets to a point to where a star doesn't even help you. You don't gain enough from a star. You have to get the successive enemy kills. You have to get those. Otherwise, you just don't.
Flies, yeah. And what's unfortunate right now is the enemy spam's kind of calmed down. I'm not sure why he wasn't just spamming his fire flower there to kill all those enemies. That would have been a little more effective.
Yeah, I don't know if they're trying. I don't know what they're going for. Now that chest, the chest is at 629. That's actually very good. Now, the final 2 of the final 3 folks that are in the game with them are targeting them. Are now 1. Okay, never mind.
I think he's intentionally avoiding killing enemies because he doesn't want to give his opponents time back.
That is also probably what they're doing, and some of the damage that they're taking is also due to manipulating the fact that when you take damage, the timer stops. So that's another reason why I was kind of waiting for this to say that the coin heavens are very important. Going up the coin heavens, there is about a 5-second window, and it's a legitimate 5-second window that when you do that transition, the time that Mario transitions and walks up and becomes controllable again, the timer does not move. So you have 5 seconds of just free time, and it only takes about 2 to get through the entirety of the coin heaven. If you run through it, 3, maybe 4, so you net about 2 seconds, 3 seconds out of that, which is huge when every second is like 5 or 6. In this case, like 30. Look at how fast that timer's going right now, and there's still 2 other people left.
I have a bit of a critique of this strategy. So like he's doing a good strategy. This would work. This is good to do in a normal game, but he's sacrificing so many coins, and this format we're running is about having coins. Like he's burned like almost 300 coins doing
They
this.
got the win, so they went from, but that's 1177 in there. They didn't get a single KO. I don't think this is going to work out. Depending on how big that chest actually provides to them, if there's any kind of doubler, I don't really know. But that's the bonus. I don't think they're going to reach this. I don't think that, they're not even close. So they got the win. They got a win out of 3, but they're not going to.
Let's just see what happens.
They're definitely building up the
won't, but he might. Yeah, watching every single number count up. 13. Oh, it started going again. Yeah, that's just an interesting thought. So like I said, it's a good strategy for winning the game, but it's not a good strategy for holding on to your coins.
Yeah, when you are going up against 2 losses against whoever your opponent was, flat 25-20 there. Well, never mind. It's still moving. Would you stop?
No, I wanted to go.
Right at 3K.
Close.
Right at 3K. So the final, Kawspire takes, but let's see what Zimbo's final score is. And then we'll get prepared for the 45-40. So just Yeah, just about 1,000. Honestly, one other win would have taken it. So, GG's to Zimbo7 for doing very well on that. GG's to Kawspire for go. Okay.
Go
Anyway,
phone.
GG Kawspire for going to face iiPK. We're going to be back here in just a few moments. I want to go ahead and do another quick thing here before we start. I'm going to say it at the beginning of the start of the next one, but I'm going to say it here now too. By the way, if you are loving what you watch and you think you could actually perform against these folks and you think that you could end up putting yourself in that final, guess what? There is going to be signups open shortly after the finals for an open Mario 35. So there you go. If you enjoyed the Invitational and you're enjoying what's going on here and you think and you fancy yourself a better gamer, guess what? Put your name in the mix and put your money where your mouth is. So that means you need to join the Discord, folks. I'm telling you right now, that means !Discord. Join the Discord, get into the GSA Discord, see what you love, come help us out. We love you there, but we're going to see you back here in just a moment. iiPK versus Kawspire, the madmen themselves. We love you. We'll see you in a moment.
Yeah, go get some water.
Yes.